When you think of a brand, what comes to mind? It can be apparel, it can be technology, it can be business, but is it important? When you think of being online, how important is that? And finally, when do we decide to do professional development for ourselves as supply chain marketing professionals? Hi, I'm Ralph Henderson, the producer of the Global Supply Chain Marketing Summit and the MC of the upcoming Global Supply Chain Marketing Summit on June 5 through 7 at the Ritz-Carlton on Amelia Island. And those three questions I gave you will be answered and more at this year's summit. And I'm happy to bring on today one of our presenters, and she's going to talk to us about branding and online. She happens to be an expert in this area, owns a company that trains people how to do these things. She's going to do a keynote presentation and get this, an interactive learning lab at the show. And we're going to do a webinar after the show so we can dive into that. And with all of that, Krista, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, no, it's our pleasure, believe me. So one of the things I find in the supply chain space is this thing about branding. I think on the surface, people appreciate it and know how important it is. But when you really dig into it, the investment of time, money, effort, resources, it starts to challenge that belief of how much they're into it. Can you help us with this and why we might better look at it in 24?
Yeah, so here's the thing. Your brand and your strategy are like your North Stars. It's your guiding light of your marketing. And what you find is so many businesses, especially in supply chain, we get real activity focused, right? Oh, we're going to do a booth at this trade show, push this out on social media. So we get in this like activity mindset. And what's missing when you have an activity driven strategy is, well, what is it building toward? So if I'm at a trade show, guess what? There's how many other companies that basically do the same thing as me? This is like the nature of a trade show, right? What is it that makes you stand out? That's the power of brand. I started my career at Procter and Gamble. It's the world's biggest brand marketing company in the world. And what they know is that anchoring your brand on one core benefit grows your market share over time, right? Tide laundry detergent, best cleaning. And so the same is true in this space. And I think what marketers need to think about is, what is their brand all about? What is that unique promise that they're bringing that their competitors aren't? And then all of your marketing should resonate that to build your reputation. So when I'm creating a post for social, it's not based on the activity that happened today or what's on my mind today or some random new product. It's all being guided by, hey, we need people to think X about us, and everything resonates that same message. And that's how you change hearts and minds. And that's how you change behavior. So by thinking about branding, you have clearer focus, you have more direction in what you're doing and why, and you have more consistency. And all of that leads to better ROI in absolutely everything that you're already doing.
Perfect. And I love the changing hearts and minds and changing behavior, because at the end of the day, what we want our prospects to do is to engage with us. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is to get to their heart and their mind. And that is done through the brand. That's really important. So thank you for that. The other side of this and what you're going to be talking about, and I've seen you a couple times, and I love just how well you cover this area, is the whole online strategy. We're enamored with social media and the platforms and being online and websites. I mean, I've been around long enough when all that stuff first started up and what whiz bang technology it was. But maybe give us a minute or so of a nugget of what you're going to be talking about at the summit that relates to online and why that matters.
So I think in organizations that are traditionally sales driven, which supply chain falls into that category, it's easy to write off your online presence as not important because, well, we have relationships or we have sales teams. But the truth is that consumer behavior has changed. And guess what? Your B2B buyers, they're also consumers.
Yeah.
So human behavior, you could say, has changed. And as a result, what's really important is that we meet people where they are with the right information. And where they are is online. Every single person that matters to your business is Googling you or looking at your website or looking on your online presence at some point.
For
And
sure.
that's different than it was maybe 10 years ago. And a lot of people think, well, is that really the case? The thing is, there's data that's free to access, and we'll cover this in the workshop, that shows you exactly how many searches you're getting, exactly how many searches your competitors are getting. And this can help to make the case for why this is so important. But what we know is that, let's say I go to a trade show and I have a great experience. I may go back and tell a committee or my boss, hey, I was thinking we should use this technology. What am I doing? I'm sending them a link. If your website looks like it's from 1990, or when I Google you, I don't see that clear, consistent brand message, how does that influence my propensity to buy from you?
Right.
And so I think really what it's all about when we think about your online presence, it's about understanding that the customer journey and the buyer journey are different.
Yeah.
Online plays a greater role. And the other trend we see is that buyers are more self-directed than they have been in the past, right? So before, a sales rep would come and tell you what's up, and you'd really buy into that. Now, you want to make your own decision and do your own research. And studies show that over half of the sales process can be completed before they interact with a sales rep. So it's really important that that online presence is there to support all of your other marketing investments.
Yeah, that's key. Wow, no doubt about it. Half of the process done before we engage. So you will learn all of this and more at the Global Supply Chain Marketing Summit. For more information, just go to globalsupplychainmarketingsummit.com and you'll find all of the information you need for why you should attend, all the frequently asked questions, and then obviously how to register so you can get with your tribe. And until then, thank you, Krista, and we'll see you folks at the beach.